Got a Warpstone Cup best of 3 here between CaptTelus and Goldenfloof, both of the clan NC. Going to start off with Tomb Kings versus Dwarves. Traditionally a bit dwarf favored. There's a bit Tomb Kings can do. For the side of the Dwarves and Goldenfloof, triple cannon, dragback Slayers and Slayers defending their backline, then a front line of minus blast charges including the Ekron's Miners. We have some Thunderers mixed in with the Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes, then a Runesmith, the Hammer of Carrick Draws, Rune of Wrath and Rune of Slowness, and Ungrim Iron Fist. Looks like he is mostly naked, has Death Blow, which I don't think is normal. I think you have to pay for that one, so looks like he just brought Death Blow. On the other side, for the Tomb Kings, we have 4 Ushabti Great Bows, 2 Skeleton Horse Archers, double Tomb Scorpion, Ark in the Black with Spirit Legion to summon, some Nehekar Horsemen, and then the way back Skeleton Warriors and Nehekar Warriors. But it looks like the Dwarves' cannons are doing some serious work on the Ushabti, while the Tomb Kings try and just get some kiting done before the front lines engage. Horsemen getting a bit of a flank around. And the Ushabti doing good work on the cannons. One of the cannons is already down to 2 models, but the Trollhammer Torpedoes and the cannons are definitely winning out on the artillery trade with the Ushabti. One Ushabti already down to half health, the other one taking a bit of poke. Tomb Kings fall back. Arkin summons some Skeleton Warriors behind Dwarf Warriors, and they do need to get engaged. Looks like they have attack orders, but we're taking a long time to get to their feet after their spawning animation. One of the cannons is already routing. Skeleton Horse Archers trying to poke the cannons a bit, but they're getting counter shot at by Thunderers. They get down behind that little ridge over there and they'll be alright. Tomb Kings falling back, trying to spread out the map a bit. And Slayers are pulled away from this cannon crew, which I imagine might prompt a charge in from the Skeleton Horse Archers to catch those guys while they're isolated. But the Slayers seem to be going towards their cannons that are still online and doing a bit better, rather than defending a crew that's pretty much doomed. Which I can appreciate that. Man, the Tomb Kings have been having a rough go so far, though. 2 of their Ushabti taking a lot of damage. These other 2 doing okay, but not getting a lot of counter damage out. And this Tomb Scorpion is currently rampaging unabated through these guys. Getting decent damage on the Thunderers. I mean, as long as he avoids the Slayers and whatnot, he'll be okay. Tomb Kings getting their tier 1 Realm of Souls healing out. Looks like Nehekar Horsemen were flirting with charging the Slayers and then decided against it. But the Dwarves really are getting pulled in every direction. Oh, this could be bad, though. Tomb Scorpion immediately gets orders to run the hell away as Ungrim Iron Fist shows up to show him what for. And yeah, Tomb Scorpion's going to scuttle off. Wants nothing to do with this. And Ungrim will refocus. Nehekar Horsemen juked as if they were going for the cannons and then instead moved straight towards the Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes. So far, some pretty good stuff here from CaptTelus. Bounce power is still about even. The cannons have been doing a lot of damage to the Ushabti Great Bow, so if those eventually get shut down, that'll help out the Tomb Kings quite a lot. Ushabti counts 8, 10, 11, and 12. Still pretty high overall, and Tomb Scorpion looks like it's gonna finish off this Thunder. Yeah, gets him. And then Ungrim is here to make it rue the day it was born. Nehekar Horsemen do go for a frontal charge on the cannons, get a little bit of damage down. The Slayers are here, but can they finish off the cannon first? Or maybe take some of those models? Doesn't look like it. The cannon crew is knocked off their mounts, which means the Horsemen should stop attacking the actual cannon models. Another Spear Leash from Arkin onto the cannons itself. These cannon crews hold. They do not rout, and the Nehekar Horsemen are almost destroyed for their efforts. Tomb Kings pulling slightly ahead on the balance of power, as Arkin and his Nehekar Horsemen refresh their charge on the Iron Drakes and Miners. Oh no, a disaster. In the distance, the Tomb Scorpion overstays with Ungrim for a bit. Now it gets new orders to leave, but it's getting shot by Thunderers, hit in the back by the Slayer King, and it is going to start to crumble. It lost a lot of HP. And I think those Ushabti are going into melee. They are armor-piercing in melee, versus Thunderers who have almost routed. That's pretty smart. I like that. But yeah, the Tomb Scorpion overstaying its welcome with Ungrim is a big problem. Cannons get rear charged. The Slayers try and turn around and fight the Skeleton Horse Archers. Looks like they will get a lot of damage out. Well, this cannon is down to one model. The other cannon crew is routing. So the cannons are all but destroyed, leaving the Ushabti uncontested in the mobility game. But this Tomb Scorpion continues to crumble as it tries to chase down Thunderers, and one more hit from Ungrim should seal its fate. Oh, as this cannon crew got back online. Also at one model. There they shatter. Arkin and his summoned Skeleton Warriors, with the assistance of a Tomb Scorpion, get rid of the Iron Drake Trollhammer torpedoes, try to damage down a miner. It looks like the Runesmith might be in trouble, but we'll have to see. Now, what do uncontested Ushabti Great Bows accomplish? I mean, they've already used a lot of their ammunition, and they're not chosen of the gods, so their damage isn't going to be superb versus these infantry. Arkin's now Spirit Leeching Thunder. I love that he's just throwing out Spirit Leeches against anything. Pretty funny. This cannon crew's backup line has 4 out of 4 models. Looks like they're going to turn and try and shoot at the Tomb Scorpion for now. That health is so low. Skeleton Horse Archer fades away of its own volition. And yeah, they throw down the Ushabti summon right on top of the cannons and Slayers. Now sure, the summon will die, but it's just a summon. So if it blitzes the cannons quick and then turns on the Slayers, I guess that's fine. I guess. The second Tomb Scorpion looks like he's going down. Most of the Tomb King's infantry is still AFK in the back, doing whatever they feel. Look at those Ushabti get massacred, though. Oh, God. Holy shit. They're dying so fast. Oh, they're out the cannon crews. Again. And then they die. And then they died. Holy moly. I appreciate this one cannon. Still online, still here. Arkin still tries to harass. Tomb Kings are slightly ahead on the balance of power. I don't know if I agree or not, honestly. This is just a little too weird. Trollhammer torpedoes are back. 2 models, 118 HP. I kind of want the Ushabti just to fire a couple rounds at them and kill them off, as the Ushabti summon is gone in record time, but it routed that cannon yet again. Single cannon over here also firing. The Ushabti seem to just be focusing on other things now. Nakar Warriors getting in there, and they get deleted by blasting charges, as we've seen before. Skeleton Horse Archers coming in from the reserve to knock out these Thunderers once again. One more rout, and those guys will shatter. These 2 blasting charges are going to be a problem for the Tomb Kings, as that is pretty much 2 skeleton infantry dead if they get to shoot. The Dwarves down to 1 cannon, but the Ushabti is firing back. There we go. No cannon for you. No cannons at all. The Trollhammer torpedoes died in the woods. Dwarves are out of range. Except for the Thunderers. Wait, any of the Thunderers still alive? That one's routing, but Skeleton Horse Archer's not nearby to chase them off for real, for real. And the Neckrun's Miners fighting Arkin, a Tomb Scorpion, and getting shot in the back by Ushabti Great Bows. That is a lot to withstand. It looks like their leadership is not feeling the best, as the Tomb Kings have been so patient with their infantry. Yeah, the Skeleton Warrior is still fighting up the Miners and Blasting Charges. Doing okay pushing in. We're about to lose these Nakar Warriors, though. Those aren't the Caprigar. They can't regenerate themselves. Skeleton Horse Archers hanging out next to Thunderers who are real low on leadership. Does not look like the Skeleton Horse Archers want to charge those guys at this time. Ushabti instead going to try and shoot them from a distance. Arkin has turned his Spirit Leech pressure onto Ungrim himself. Arkin has been throwing out Spirit Leeches all game long. Not a ton of value, but I wonder how many he truly has left. Yeah, the Terror Routes are going to start coming in from the Tomb Scorpion here. So these guys are all pushed away. Can they turn this into a natural route for the Dwarf Warriors? Yes, they can. So that means they can chase these guys down for quite a while. Big pick there for them. Miners moving up to delete some more Skeleton Warriors. Ushabti continue to kite away from Ungrim, but I think this game is getting out of hand for the Dwarves. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much here. Blasting Charges get some solid damage onto Skeleton Warriors. Not as much as I would have expected, honestly, but a Rune of Wrath and Ruin should do some extra damage. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Ushabti moving in to chase off Neckrun's Miners themselves. Skeleton Horse Archer is going to help chase down the Dwarf Warriors, and someone has to come back here and reroute these Thunderers as they're trying to get in a position to get shots off. Yeah, I'm starting to think the Dwarves might be a little doomed. Arkin still has 2 skeleton summons left. And they're just so damaged. We have the Dragonback Slayers and regular Slayers with decent model counts, but low HP per model now after they've taken so much damage. And Ungrim trying to avoid Nakar Warriors. He does not want to fight them. It's just not worth his time. These Shopti are shooting him while he's getting Spirit Leeched. Ekron's Miner's being allowed to come back. A little bit of a whoopsie. As Thunderers try and line up the shots, they get rear charged by Skeleton Horsemen. Tomb Scorpion is taking some damage, but that should rout these guys, and if I track them right, they'll shatter, because I think they've routed twice. Or was that the other Thunderer that routed twice? Yeah, they shattered. Alright, we're good. We're good, we're good. Ungrim does manage to get in combat with these Shopti Great Bows. But the Nakar Warriors are living their best life. They get to fight the Dragonback Slayers and Ungrim, which is just extra great for them. They'll trade up. They might die, but they'll trade up against those hyper-expensive units. Other Shoptis shooting at the Runesmith, and at this point, I think the Dwarves just get kited to death. Skeleton Horse Archers running out some stuff. Skeleton Warriors can as well. The only thing I would say, the Tomb Kings have played an immaculate game so far. The one thing I would say is they need to be a little more on top of it, of chasing down stuff. Thunderers and Ekron's Miners shouldn't have been allowed to come back. Sometimes cannons got back online that shouldn't have. But overall, it's been very, very good. Another Spirit Leech might put Ungrim in the ground. Only 2 ticks left, so he won't die from that Spirit Leech, but it gets him so low. Nakar Warriors might be able to finish it off. I don't see the Dragonback Slayers anymore, so I think they died in combat with these Nakar Warriors. Ungrim's at 300 HP. Ekron's Miner is going to be allowed to come back again. These Shopti are just going to rear charge minus blast and charges. And a 12-minute kite game of Tomb Kings against Dwarves, but it looks like the Tomb Kings will come out on top. These Shopti Great Bow's about to die. Ekron Miner is set up to get in their way, but they should shatter here. Whee! Goodbye! And a Spirit Leech will take out Ungrim. He is dead. Dwarves take a leadership debuff, so these minus blasting charges should get routing. Runesmith also might rout here as Arkin beats up on him. Tomb Scorpion's coming in. Lots of stuff is shattering. And I honestly don't think the Dwarves have any hope, so I'm going to ×3 speed this. Because they just can't. They can't hang. Damn. Clinical game from CaptTelus. You Shoptis did okay. Tomb Scorpions caused a lot of disruption, didn't get a lot of value. Skeleton Horse Archers did pretty well. And that's that. For Goldenfloof, just got run around the map. Slayers and Ungrim did okay. Cannons did okay. Thunderers did alright too. GG. CaptTelus gonna try and close it out with Bretonnia. Goldenfloof trying to hold on with the Beastmen. And he went full armor piercing. 3 Centaurs of Tzeentch, 4 Minotaurs, 3 of which have great weapons. That is a lot of oomph. Also has some throwing axes. What spells does Malagor have? Malagor brought Flock of Doom and Enfeebling Foe. Alright, pretty straightforward Beastman build. The other side for Bretonnia, we have Royal Pegasus Knights, Knights of the Realm, Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm, Royal Hippogriff Knights, Fey Enchantress to heal them all up with regrowth only. Then we have Spearmen at Arms, some Archers, and a Peasant Mob frontline. Straightforward builds. The Beastmen have almost no anti-air. They brought 1 throwing axe and no flying units. Malagor is a flying unit! Yeah, that's not... No, that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna work. Alright. Archers firing in on the Ungor Spearman herds on their way in. The Minotaurs with great weapons would also be really good targets. Let's see how that goes. The Minos go diving headlong into the Fey Enchantress. She is on her Unicorn, making her a large target for them to get their bonus on. The Centaurs are also getting downhill charges. The Peasant Mob frontline is suffering horribly. Royal Hippogriff Knights setting up a flank. Royal Pegasus Knights also setting up a flank. So we'll see what Bretonnia can do in the second half of this fight. But the first half is going to the Beastmen as the entire Bretonnian frontline is routing. Fey Enchantress is taking a lot of damage. It's all going to shit. What is this? Is this the Chalice of Potions? Looks like it might be. In which case, that was a whoopsie from the Fae Enchantress as it hits entirely her own people. Fae taking a lot of damage from the Minotaur charge. Royal Hippogriff Knights do get involved at last. The Knights of the Realm they're trying to support are almost dead. They're taking a Centaur of Tzeentch with them, but there's Minotaurs nearby that are getting some good damage out as well. Everybody's pushing in. Another Knight of the Realm is dead. The rear charge from the Royal Pegasus Knights and the frontal attack from the Grail Knights looks like it's going quite well for Bretonnia. So this could be their moment to strike back. The Centaur is already dead and gone. Minotaur is going to follow them soon. The Fae Enchantress is getting dangerously low. Minotaurs do manage to push her off. She terror routes and naturally routes. Centaur's running downhill as well. Balance of power is in the Beastmen's favor by quite a bit, considering how early we are into the game. And last game was like a 13-minute kite session. Now we're 2 minutes in, and this game is almost over as Bretonnia is really up against the wall. Hippogriff Knights down to just above half HP. Grail Knights are full HP after receiving a regrowth, but if the Fae Enchantress gets chased off by Malagor, which she is, there's no more healing, and that is usually the death knell for Bretonnia. Usually. They don't do well without their healing caster. They really rely on abusing healing to be relevant. Hippogriff Knight's going to dive on the Minotaurs. These guys should tear out any second now, but the Butcher's Scouting Guard could maybe turn around and help them out. Instead, they are going to chase off the Grail Knights. If the Fae goes off the map, which she just did, the Peasants' leadership will get too low, and they're all going to rout. Then that'll leave the Royal Hippogriff Knights all alone versus these Minos, versus these Ungor Spearman herds. They do fall back. And it's looking like that is it. Flock of Doom cast onto the Grail Knights. Now, the Butcher's Scouting Guard got wrecked. I imagine it was on screen the whole time, I just didn't notice it, but the Grail Knights charged back into them after their failed pursuit. Royal Hippogriff Knights are dead, so the Butchers traded for the Royal Hippos. We have one Mino that's solo, might not matter. The other two are half HP. Can this charge from the Royal Pegasus Knights and the Grail Knights kill off the Minotaurs? If so, then Bretonnia can win this game. If this flops, they will lose. And it's looking like the they will lose option as Royal Hippogriff Knights are getting, Royal Pegasus Knights are getting slammed. Grail Knights taking a little bit of attrition damage, but not too much, but yeah. Losing the Royal Pegasus Knights and the Minotaurs are still standing is a problem. Now the Beastmen have a ton of spears, a ton of Minotaurs. And that's it. GG. Goldenfloof, good win to keep him in this series. CaptTelus, a very one-sided affair. After his long, drawn-out game of kiting with the Tomb Kings, Bretonnia Knights could not stand up to all the mass and armor piercing of the Beastmen. Game 3 between these two, and I don't know how Kislev got through the pick and ban. I also don't know how CaptTelus didn't play it yet in this best of 3, but apparently Kislev has been up this whole time. CaptTelus, try to pilot the High Elves into them. I am nervous about this build. It looks too thin. I don't know. Maybe I just need to believe more in the power of Imric, but I feel like Kislev has really good tools to kill him. For the High Elves, in the final match, we have 2 Dragon Princes, one of which is the Fireborn, Imric, double Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, a Mage of Life with only regrowth, Lothern Sea Guard, and then a front line of Spearmen and Silvering Guard. We have 2 flanking Lyran Reaver Archers as well. For Kislev, a front line of armored Kossars, backed up with some Kislevite Halberds, and then some Streltsy, 2 Streltsy in fact, the Wolfheart Sakshina Ambusher ROR, then we have the Oath Brothers of Tor, and double Griffin Legion with only a foot caster. Oh no, she's on horseback. Tempest caster with Blizzard and Hailstorm. Imric needs to avoid the Oath Brothers of Tor and avoid getting netted and shot. Meanwhile, the High Elves' limited front line is moving forward, getting shot at by pistols right now, before they'll get engaged in melee combat. Has a lot of damage under those poor Silvering Guard. Lyran Reaver's going to kite away while the Bolt Throwers go to single shot and just start shooting at the Oath Brothers of Tor. Pretty solid target. There is no healing here for Kislev. They don't tend to take the Patriarch anymore, not after all the nerfs. A Blizzard is going to try and take out a Spearman. A Griffin Legion was setting up a rear charge. I like, it's one player, right? I like how the Griffin Legion didn't seem to get the memo that the Blizzard was coming and had to avert at the last second, where they were like, oh, okay, I guess that's happening. Jeez, didn't tell us in the briefing. Anyway, Dragon Prince is fighting the Griffin Legion, both sides trading about 50-50, but Glorious Charge will mean the charge bonus the Griffin Legion lasts twice as long, but a Dragon Horn from Imrik should mitigate that, though Kislevite Halberds are also joining, which should make Kislev win that fight. Over here, the Griffin Legion get Lord of Dragons, minus their stats. They're suffering badly against the Dragon Princes, and then a nice breath attack from Imrik, 2-for-1s the Griffin Legion as they're trying to retreat, also hits the Streltsy. But elsewhere, the Streltsy and the Wolfhearts are pushing off the Illuminator Archers without much fuss. Both Brothers of Tor have lost half their HP to the Bolt Throwers before even seeing melee combat. And in the back line, I can see a Snow Leopard got summoned from the Kislevite Mage, and it is trying to hunt down the Lifecaster, while Imrik tries to decide this fight. Fireborn are in onto the Wolfhearts. No, that's not the Fireborn. Where are the Fireborn? There you are. Full HP. Where are you going? Get back in here! As Imrik gets slammed by the Oath Brothers of Tor and the Griffin Legion and the Halberd surrounding him, Imrik's getting murdered. And he needs a regrowth badly, but he can't get one because his mage is across the entire battlefield. She's getting eaten alive by halberds and a leopard. This could be disaster for the High Elves as their mage is going to die without getting to heal Imrik at all. The Fireborn do try and bail him out. Jumping in, they're blinded, their stats are reduced, but they do save Imrik enough so he can get back into the sky and get out of here. But the Lifecaster is sniped once again. Games 2 and 3, Goldenfloof has gotten on to TLS's caster, first the Fey Enchantress, now the Life Mage, and without healing magic, most of these hyper-elite builds fall apart. Both Brothers of Tor and the Griffin Legion getting very low, the Fireborn going to opt out of this fight. For Kislev, they still have one very healthy Streltsy that is going to shoot at the Fireborn on their way out. The Wolfhearts are decently healthy, and then there's a bunch of armored Kossars, but the Snow Leopard does its job. It kills off the Lifecaster with 6 seconds left of its summon time. And that is the death of the High Elves. No regrowth for Imrik or the Fireborn. I can't outgrind Kislev at this state. Bolt Throwers are shut down by Griffin Legion and Armored Kossars just pushing up. And now the game very simply goes down to just the Fireborn and Imrik versus the world. Fireborn get netted in front of these pistols in front of the Wolfhearts. As one Streltsy fires in, the other Streltsy is going to retreat. And army losses should be just around the corner. I love how the first game, where Goldenfloof lost as the Tomb Kings, lasted longer than the rest of the series, where he came back 2-0. That is very funny to me. Don't leave Kislev up. Don't do that. Ban him. Just ban him, dude. Each person has a global ban. Use it on Kislev, use it on Empire, and then enjoy your life. Don't... Just ban them, dude. Why would you leave them up? They're insane. Kislev's insane. They need several more nerfs before they're even remotely reasonable. GG's to these two players. Hope to see them further on in the tournament. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.